What's up, Miracle Drip World? It's me, the helper. I'm here to help, and I'm back with another tarot reading for you. This is going to be for all signs. It will be time stamped, and we're just going to dive in. So let's start with Virgo. Let's see what's in the cards for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do people find most interesting about you, Virgo? Why are people finding you interesting? What do people like about you, Virgo? What's most interesting about Virgo? What do people find interesting about Virgo? Wow. This is a lot of cards, first of all. Okay, people find your romantic life interesting with the Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. They feel like the way that you're able to continue to be pursuing relationship, even with the broken heart, like you're not all the way healed. I know this is not what I was. I mean, this is not the kind of thing I expected to come out right now. Okay, like they find it interesting that you're able to push forward and be successful and trying to make this secure. Like your level of forgiveness and ability to stay united is impressive. People find that interesting. They find it interesting because it's like the tower in reverse. Like things could be falling down and you will be right there trying to put it back together. I don't know if this is a good thing, bro. Okay, people, but good thing is that people do find that you are very capable of manifesting whatever it is that you want, and that you can build businesses that help people and actually make money for yourself. People may find it interesting that although you're able to do that, you're not exactly independent because they feel like you getting your heart broken and you're not like following your heart. You're I don't want to be mean, but they like kind of be like you weak, bro. Like this is not good, okay? I'm sorry that people looking at you like this and calling it interesting. Like I asked what people thought was interesting about you, but I'm not these other readers. I'm not about to lie to you. If the whatever comes out, I'm gonna tell you what it says. These people are watching how you are handling one of your relationships or how you're handling your current relationship, and they kind of think you don't know when to walk away. Like you could be hurt, still hurt, not got over it, and still trying to keep it together. Let's see what the advice is. The advice for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Wake up. It's your moment. I can't make it up, okay? I'm not here to do that. And it says we're all a little mad here. Everyone's a little different. So it was in reverse, and I feel like you're having a hard time accepting that you're different, that people could be looking at you like you're, because it says we're all a little mad here. Everyone's a little different. And I feel like in the upright, you will be thinking like other people are weird and you need to learn how to accept other people's weirdness. But within in reverse, I feel like you're having a hard time seeing that you are weird to people. Like that people think what you're doing is odd. I'm gonna leave that alone because I don't like to insult Virgos, okay? And I know that that was not a compliment, so I'm gonna stop. Okay, I don't want no problems. No problems. All right, Libra. Let's see what is in the cards for you. Why do people find you interesting? What do people find interesting about Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do people find interesting about Libra? They already like seeing that you are independent, you like to move fast, and that you don't let everybody get close to you because you're kind of cynical. You know better. I'm very cynical. Anyways, what do people find interesting about Libra? What do people find interesting about Libra? For some of you, people think that it's interesting that you're able to just like start something brand new, like something risky, and just like for some of you, you might have just up and got married out of nowhere to somebody that you don't even really like, or somebody who rejected you. Now that they giving you opportunity, like, okay, I'm gonna marry them, but it's kind of like risky, and all of a sudden, like, I don't think you know this person very well. Or people think that you are ready to just party and celebrate, and you're wanting to start something new, and that you know what you want now after a long time of not knowing what you want and being very bored and complacent. You're ready to celebrate a new journey. That's what people see for you, Libra. Advice for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Painting the roses red, covering up errors, and investigation, looking closely, asking questions, and thinking before acting. So, the advice here is to not try to hide your mistakes. Own your mistakes and whatever comes with it. Owning your mistakes gives you the ability to fix your mistakes, but you cannot hide your mistakes. You need to ask questions and find out more information before you move ahead with whatever endeavor that you're thinking about. Because people could be seeing you as foolish because the fool card is here. And it's saying ask more questions before action. And he's ready to act, okay? And he don't know, obviously, he needs to ask more questions. So that's how people could be seeing you, and you need to ask more questions before you get involved, okay? Okay, Libra? Oh, okay, next we have Gemini. Gemini. Why do people find you interesting, Gemini? What do people find interesting about you, Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do people find interesting about my collective of Geminis? All the Geminis, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus that are attracted to this video, please tell me, what do people find interesting about them? Oh, wow. People find it interesting how much you're willing to take on, like how you will sign up to do some difficult things. You will invest your time and your money and your energy into things that people feel like are difficult. People feel like you can't make up your mind. They think it's interesting that you can't make up your mind and that you go back and forth with your passions. Like one day you could want this, one day you could want that. Hey, all right, you entitled to change your mind. Okay? They could feel like you a little confused. They could also think that you're a little mean for this. They could feel like you're a bit mean for this. King of Swords in reverse with the Knight of Wands in reverse. They can feel like you got a temper, like you're kind of like nuts. People think like you can just, it's crazy. They think it's interesting how you can just flip the script. Like 1 minute, you just don't know what's going on and you're mad and you're being bossy, even though you don't know what's going on and you're angry. It's like you turn into some, I don't want to use the word narcissist, but kind of like tyrannical. Some people think that it's interesting that you're codependent in your relationships, that you get really attached to the person's conversation and like the community of being, the chemistry of being in a partnership, and that you kind of don't want to be alone. People find that interesting. Advice for Gemini. They just know I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. That's why they got these cards coming out here. Because the reading I'm giving you right now is nothing like anybody else's reading I've ever watched. And I watch readings all the time. And people just tell people good stuff all the time. And I'm not gonna just tell, I'm gonna tell you what's on these cards. And it's crazy because Libras was not very pretty either. No, Virgo. Virgo had the weird reading. But so far, everybody's reading is like people finding things interesting that are like kind of not so nice. Okay. So, anyway, the advice here is to find the lesson, discover the purpose in the situation, and trust that you are learning. So, as long as you're learning, who cares what people think? You know, just make sure that you're not having to repeat the same lessons because people are watching and we don't want them to think you stupid. Just because you might be a little crazy and adventurous and willing to like, I don't know what you're doing here. Be kind of like you're willing to take, you're not afraid to commit to things that you know are difficult. But there's a lesson to be learned here. Okay, so anyway, a moments of regret, nostalgia, idealizing the past, fearing your mistakes. You could be fearing that you made a wrong decision. And I believe that other people know that you feel this way. You could be missing someone or something. Gemini. I hope these readings start getting better, okay? I hope you got to work on this. And it's not even my fault and I feel bad. Like, all I'm doing is reading the cards. All right, so Capricorn, Capricorny, Capricornus, Capricorn, Capricornucopia. Okay, so how does um what do people find interesting about Capricorn? What do people find interesting about Capricorn? What do people find interesting about Capricorn? People find it interesting that even though they be trying to like finesse you into different situations, that you are really smart and you're not stupid. Like you're not about to fall for the finesse. Like people be trying to finesse you. And I feel like you even get some people caught up in your own little finesse. Like you're able to get people, but I really feel like this is other people. Like they be trying to confuse you and hurt you, and you don't be confused. You might still get hurt though, and it might be hard for you to get over it when you do get hurt. But for the most part, I feel like you be avoiding the finesse. And you could be kind of tricky your damn self, okay? You could be kind of tricky your damn self. Like you could finesse the shit out of the shits, okay? You know your way around the block, Queen of Swords, Seven of Swords, like the World Cup in reverse. People could find it interesting that you don't like to travel for some people, or other people they find it interesting that you keep in touch with so many people that there are people that they thought that you had closed out cycles with that you still fuck with those people. Capricorn, advice for Capricorn. It says shine bright like a candle. You will make it through this, okay? So the advice here is to know that whatever you're going through will not last forever and that you should do your best to show up and show out as much as you can. Shine, you know, keeping time, immense effort, advancement. So it's time to keep a good pace. I said pace. As far as movement and progress goes, like you need to keep a good pace because there's something that requires your time or timely. It's a timely situation that you need to be in sync with. Changing a night, you have changed quickly. So you are not the person that you used to be. You are somebody different now. And you have changed quickly, and people do not know you. And they need to act like they don't know you. Changing a night, you have changed quickly. And it's things that you have seen, things that you have experienced that have changed you. Your perception has changed, and then your actions change too. So you just not the same. And people notice that they know that you're not the same person, that you are different now. Um, okay, let's see. Sagittarius. Let's see. What do people find interesting about you, Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do people find interesting about Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You're a leader. They feel like you're our leader and you are a good business person. What do they find interesting about Sagittarius? What do people find interesting about Sagittarius? Justice, the 10 of coin and the 5 of swords. They're like, you will have redemption. How you recover from situations, fighting tooth and nail, hell or high water, you're going to win. You are going to have the wealth and abundance, the family, the security that you need, hell or high water. People find it interesting how you bounce back financially from whatever attacks you. They feel like that's amazing. They be trying to comfort you, five of swords, and you be fighting back, giving it your all, and you find redemption. You find justice. And when it comes to your career, finances, wealth, they can't hold you. Get off you. Advice for Sagittarius. All right. This is good advice. Okay. And manage to be glad. Create happiness regardless of the conditions. Okay. So you need to be happy, even if you don't have enough money, because you will get enough money. Even if you don't have friends, because you will find friends. Anything you're experiencing right now, this too shall pass. You see those skunks? You have to manage to be glad, even if it stinks, because the smell will pass. Okay? Somebody passed gas, but that will pass too. The funk will pass. So you want to keep your heart, mind, and soul in an uplifted position so that when it's time to enjoy the goodness of life, you are not trying to fight your way out of a depression. Okay. Uncertainty. Who will you become? So you have an opportunity to decide who it is that you will become now. Okay. Think about, how does that person dress? How does that person talk? How does that person um, treat themselves? How does that person expect to be treated by others? What does that look like? It's time for you to formulate these ideas. Okay, find the lesson, discover the purpose in the situation, and trust that you are learning. So everything that you experience has there's a lesson behind it. These things that you're going through, and you need to find the purpose in a situation. And as you are going through these situations, you're becoming stronger mentally and emotionally, and you need to trust in yourself more. As your strength grows, so should your trust for yourself. Okay, Sagittarius. Okay, so Leo, what's up, baby Leo? What's up, Simba? What's up, all my Mufasas and the scars too? We know y'all out there. So what's up? What do people find interesting about Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? What do people find interesting about Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Okay, so people feel like people find it interesting that you're able to take risks. People find it interesting that you could have left somebody out or you feel left out. People find it interesting that you feel left out, even though you're the one who did something risky. People could find it interesting that you are able to stay secure and overcome, like move from like being an insecure person or insecure situation to being completely secure, because they're not sure what kind of cards you were dealt. They don't understand the cards that you were dealt. And people find it interesting your inability to like, or your connections with other people, the people that you still connected to. They find that interesting too. Advice. You have changed in the night. You have changed quickly and keeping up immense effort to advance. So for some of you guys, y'all done hopped up out the bed, put your swag on, all that, okay? Like you're not the same and you ready to attack. Like you ready to go after whatever it is that you want. Immense effort to keep up. Like you feel pressed for time. And this is suddenly like you was chilling before that. Like, but now everybody see it's go time for you. It's go time out here. Okay, Leo. Meow. Like, I'm not even mad. Like, get it. Get that fucking shit. I love it. You like it? I love it. I want you to win. Okay. I want to see you do good. I want to cheer for you. I want to be happy for you. Give me a reason. Give me a reason to celebrate your ass, because I will. Okay, Leo? We turning up. Let me find out you accomplished something. We turning the fuck up. Okay, Leo? So let's go. Now let's see who's next. Pisces. Pisces. What do people find interesting about you, Pisces? What do people find interesting about you? What do people find interesting about you? What do people find interesting about you? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. They can feel like you're bored and you refuse to heal for whatever reason. Like you want to stay mentally distracted or in people's company so that you don't have to heal. You're not giving yourself the space to heal, but you're bored when you're with everybody else, like, or whatever. Normally, you're just like, blah. Like, okay, here we go again. Yeah, you need to heal. You've taken on some kind of burden. You just want to have fun. Page of Pentacles, Six of Wands. You like, I'm going to get over it by getting under somebody else or by going to a party or a function, being cute, turning up. I'm not about to sit at home too cute. I'm way too cute to be in a crib. I'm conceited. I got a reason like that. Okay. Hey, girl. Okay. We're not sad. That's what she said. But it's a lie. She's sad. She just don't want to cry. So let's see what the advice is. Advice for Pisces, masculine or feminine. Sorry if I said she. Manage to be glad despite the situation. Okay, this too shall pass type of energy. And nonsense. It's time to talk sense. So it's somebody who you've been talking to and dealing with, and y'all haven't been being honest. Y'all been skirting around the situation, gaslighting each other, or sugarcoating shit. And it's time to like get down to the nitty gritty and have some real conversations about some stuff. That's the advice. Okay. Okay. Aquarius. Uh, 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 Aquarius. We are. We are. Aquarius. What do people find interesting about Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do people find interesting about Aquarius? All these cards. Okay, they feel like your intuition is on fleek. Like you be knowing stuff, and they like, how do they be knowing? And you be like, not only do I know, this should be keeping me up at night. Like I can't even sleep because all of this shit I be thinking, worried and stuff. I'll be in my head, in your head. You could be feeling guilty too. People could find it interesting how guilty or trapped in your head you are. Like you could be wanting a second chance because you're like in love with somebody and you only have eyes for them, and people find that interesting that you only have eyes for them and you want a second chance. People could see that you're worried about how much you like this person. They think they see that you they find it interesting how in your head you are about being in your head. There could be a Pisces involved in a situation. Yeah. We got the High Priestess and the Hangman. So, or Scorpio. Now, You could be trying to release yourself from some fucked up situation that you got yourself caught in. And that's why you want a second chance. That's why you feel guilty because you know that you were sneaking around doing something and you got caught. And now you under this person's thumb and you don't like that. You trying to get up out of there. They also see that you're trying to recover from something financially. Even though it looks like you're stagnant, you're recovering from something. People could see that you have let your guard down, like you don't feel as safe or secure as you did because of these financial situations. And that's why you're working so hard because you don't feel as safe as you normally do. Advice: we have here falling, the unknown, descend, momentum, change. So you don't know where this is going, where this is, you're just experiencing change and you're not knowing where the bottom of this well goes. And you need to just sit tight and get a little comfortable with the unknown too. Like duality must be stamped out of existence in your spiritual journey. So it's time to get comfortable with the unknown as well. Such a curious dream, grounding, returning to reality, coming home. So you could have been in some kind of delusion or fantasy, and now you are getting grounded and you are getting back to reality, back to life, back to reality. Okay. So that's the advice is come back to reality, ground yourself, go outside barefoot and walk in the grass and come home to where find where the real love is at. Because home is where the heart is. That's where home is. So it said come home. You could have been out here with somebody who was not really your love, acting like that was playing house, but that ain't home though. That's for somebody. So yeah. Okay. Aries. Aries. What do people find interesting about you? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do they find interesting about you, Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. The Devil. Five of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Wow, Aries. They find it interesting that you are going to get out of poverty. You could be feeling left out, or you could be feeling because you're doing stuff that people think are devilish, that is sinful, that's you could be obsessing over somebody who made you feel like you're on the outside of a situation. And you could be feeling people could be seeing you as somebody who is on the outside, who wants to come in, but they feel like you're toxic and that you don't even know, you don't have clarity on the situation, but you're trying to move forward. Like they like you don't have no clarity, but you want to move forward. Let's see, why is this devil card here? Y'all the first people I'd have had to clarify some shit for. Why is the devil card here? The Eight of Pentacles. Yes, they like you willing to do some shady work. Yes, to get out of poverty. Like you will do what you gotta do because you're not about to be poor. I'm it's very much giving Scarlett O'Hara's Gone with the Wind speech. I don't care. As God is my witness. I think Scarlett O'Hara was a Aries, but as God is my witness, even if I gotta lie, steal, cheat, kill, I will never be hungry again, bitch. No. That's the whole Scarlett O'Hara thing in my hood voice. Okay. That's what it said. Never be hungry again. Okay, let's get some advice. Did I get advice for y'all? Advice for Aries? That's too many. It says a moment's regret, nostalgia, idealizing the past, fearing you made a mistake. Did we make a mistake doing some shady stuff, Aries? It says follow your own good advice. Trust yourself. You know what's best for you, okay? So if you think that doing what you're doing is what you need to do what you need to do, then do that shit. And don't let nobody tell you nothing. God will protect you if God feels like this is what you're supposed to be doing. If it's not, then you're gonna have to get with him about that. Get with her about that. I can't really tell you what to do. You know what to do, is what it said. So if you know if you're doing too much or if you're not doing enough or if you need to do more or whatever you gotta do. Okay. So I'm not here to judge you. Get it. Now, next we have Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I don't know what else to do for Cancer. Like, what kind of sound does a crab make? Pincher, pincher. Okay, Cancer. What do people find interesting about you? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do people find interesting about Cancer? What do people find interesting about Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. They find it interesting how even when you're hurt, you could try to be helping other people. They feel like people think it's interesting that you aren't a mother or a wife yet, or a father or a husband yet. People feel like they think it's interesting how helpful you are even though you're hurt. And they feel like you be trying to help people even though you sad. They just feel like that. Advice for Cancer. A moment's regret, nostalgia, idealizing the past, fearing you made a mistake. Have we made a mistake, Cancer? Are we afraid that we made a mistake? Are we wishing we could go back and fix our mistakes? Idealizing the past. Things were better back then, is what that means. Like you're feeling like things were better before I did that. And now that I've done that, things are different. It says, I wonder what will happen next. Ready to adventure. Pause before action. Perspice of change. Precipice of change, sorry. So things are about to change for you. Damn, maybe it's because of whatever you did that you're feeling like you regret. It's asking you to get ready for an adventure, and that you need to think about your next step before you act, because you need to pause before action. You need to take a moment to think about what's about to happen and where you go, what your next steps are. Sheesh, that sounds like a lot. Um, my prayers are with you, Cancer. God is with you, whoever your God may be. Now, Scorpio, last but certainly not least, Scorpio. Let's make this a 3. Okay, Scorpio. Messages for Scorpio. What do people find interesting about you, Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do people find interesting about Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do people find interesting about Scorpio? Scorpio. Scorpio. Okay, the most positive thing I could say is that people think you're intuitive and they feel like that's interesting. But people feel like even though you feel like you're intuitive, even though you're intuitive, you get caught up in traps. You're not as careful as you should be, that you get your feelings hurt, even though you're so intuitive. They feel like you don't have your guard up properly. People be talking about how you think you're gonna make it and stuff like that. They're not sure if you're gonna do it or not, but they're gossiping about whether or not you will be able to accomplish whatever goal that you're trying to accomplish. They see you. This person just feels like these people feel like you're intuitive, but you still be falling for the okie doke. Like this is a whole trap, okay? He's like, oh look, there's resources there. Come on, guys, let's get the resources. Little does he know it's a hole right here. And everybody who walks past this, they fall in here and they don't get nothing. And they feel like you fall for this shit, even though you see it coming, and then your feelings be hurt. I don't know if they trying to say you stupid or what, but it's quite like that's how people are seeing you, and I'm sorry if they see you like that. What can we do about it? Advice for people feel like you're not as independent as you would like to be. Also, they don't feel like you're very independent with this Queen of Wands in reverse. They can also feel like they think it's interesting how promiscuous or sexual you are. Okay, advice for Scorpio. We're all a little mad here. Everyone's a little different. This is you seeing that other people are different. So even though people might be judging you, you're being asked to not judge them. Uncertainty. Who will you become? The advice is to get clear on who you want to become. What does that look like? What does that feel like? What does that smell like? How does that person behave? You need to get clear on that so you can decide who you will become. that was your message. And I hope all of these messages found you well. If you're looking for me, you can find me at miracledripworld.com. That's the only place you can book a reading with me. And when you book a reading, they are one-on-one live video conversations. So if you've ever got anything else, it's not real. I'll see y'all next time, okay? Bye.